Hello, welcome everyone. In this video, I'm going to go over a new rule. It's called the sum rule of derivatives. Under this particular rule, we are taking the derivative of a function that is the summation of terms. For example, this function has multiple terms and they are in summation, okay? It's not like a single term function like we did before in the power rule. So whenever we have a situation like this where our function has multiple terms in it, what we do, we take the derivative of each individual term and add it up. So that would be basically the derivative of the function in this case. So we have a function which is right here. So 3x cubed plus 5x squared. So it's like a 3-degree polynomial or a cubic function, and it has two terms, so we can call it a binomial. So what we're going to do is to find out how we differentiate this function. So I'm going to take the derivative of this function. So we have d over dx of f of x. We want to take the derivative of this function. And the way we do it under the sum rule of derivatives is that we take the derivative of each individual term. So we have d over dx of 3x cubed plus d over dx, which is the derivative of 5x squared. Okay, now we have separated the function into each term, and we are taking the derivative of each of these terms. So now go ahead and I'm going to start solving it. I'm going to take the constants out of the derivative. So 3 times d over dx of x cubed plus 5 times d over dx of x squared. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and apply the power rule to the terms. Now we have separated them into single term, so now we can go ahead and use the power rule. So we have 3 times, when we apply the power rule here, this coefficient becomes the multiplier, the exponent becomes the multiplier or the coefficient, and then we go ahead and subtract 1 from it. And same thing here, 5 times x to the 2 comes here to the front, and x to the 2 minus 1, we subtract 1 from it. So we have 9 times x squared plus 10 times x, so which is 9x squared plus 10x. So this would be the final answer. Now let's go ahead and do one more example. Here we have a function, similar function, and we want to take the derivative of this function. So what we do, we write d over dx, the derivative of f of x, equals the derivative of each term. So d over dx of 3x to the 4 plus d over dx of 3x to the 7. Okay, in the next step, I'm going to take out the constant, the coefficient of each of these terms outside the derivative. So it's going to be 3 times d over dx, and we have x to the 4 plus 3 times d over dx x to the 7. Now we go ahead and differentiate the terms. This one, we can apply the power rule here. So it's going to be 3 times 4 times x to the 4 minus 1 plus 3 times 7. We bring it to the front, and times x to the 7 minus 1. So here we have 12 times x to the 3 plus 21 x to the 6. There's the times here. And then it's 12x cubed plus 21x to the 6. So this would be our final answer. Okay, so hopefully this helps.